Bill O'Reilly, Anthony Weiner, Roger Ailes, Harvey Weinstein. What do these guys all have in common? They messed up and messed up big time when it comes to women. And they should be taken to task for it. Nobody's denying that. But this isn't just another video about Harvey Weinstein and how terrible he is from a conservative viewpoint. This is actually meant to address what's really causing the divide in this country. As a conservative, one of the biggest things that bothers me is when the entire conservative movement is put on trial when one guy in one position does something inappropriate with women. We'll call him out and we'll want to move on, but the left continues to want to bash it, continues to want to bring it up, and continues to want to make it an issue about the very ideology I hold dear. So let's take Harvey Weinstein for a moment. Notice the silence there's been on the left. We haven't seen our typical late night comedy talk shows talking about it. We're even not talking about it on ESPN, which has just become another political news organization. Nobody seems to be issuing a formal statement. Actors and actresses are saying he's misunderstood. Our political leaders, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, took a long time to say something. Now here's the kicker. I'm not upset with anybody who doesn't want to immediately come out and throw their friend under the bus. I don't want to have to do that. You shouldn't want to have to do that either. But if our culture is going to place a high standard on making sure we chastise people in public, let's make sure it's consistent across the board. When Donald Trump had his infamous saying with Billy Bush about where he could grab women, that was on the campaign trail and that was set to doom the Donald Trump presidency. We weren't even talking about issues or policies or ideas that would make America great anymore. We were too busy talking about how that one instance was going to shame the entire Republican movement. So of course Republicans everywhere were furious at that. Let it go was what the mantra was. However, when Harvey Weinstein comes out, people are simply looking for that level of consistency. It's not about taking him to task more, or it's not about making sure he suffers more than anybody else. It's about making sure that if we're going to hold these values dear, that we hold them dear to everybody. Let me ask you a question. Do you hate rapists? Do you hate womanizers? Do you hate people who abuse women? Or do you hate all those things so long as they're attached to one political party? Now, you might disagree with this and you might say, well, I might be a little left-leaning or a lot left-leaning for that matter, and I think we've done an appropriate job calling out Harvey Weinstein and his terrible actions with women. But I would challenge you on that. How many times when you've gone home these past few weeks and you've turned on your late night comedy just to try and escape the politics of the day, have you heard one of our late night comedians talk about it? Oh, they seem to be filled with political insight when it comes to somebody on the right, but it does not exist on the left. That's the problem. The problem is not the actions that are going on. Those are problems. Please don't misunderstand. But the problem is that if we're inconsistent, we are going to continue to be divided as a country. If you are unwilling to call out your own side with the fervor you call out the other one, that's the problem. If you lean to the left, make sure that you are calling out your own when they commit these terrible and heinous acts. If you are on the right, make sure that you're not just upset that people aren't calling somebody out, because if the shoe was on the other foot, you might be a little bit hesitant yourself. Call out inconsistency. We can unite behind that and we can build a better America. Hey guys, if you liked that video, please be sure to share it on Facebook and go ahead and check out our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. We also have a lot of content on a variety of different topics on our Facebook page, so be sure to check that out too. Again, restoring our republic begins with we the people.